Yikes. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode. Tonight was not a fun game to watch if you're a Detroit Pistons fan. The Pistons lose to the Grizzlies tonight in blowout fashion, and man, this was not pretty. So the Pistons dropped their 12th game of the season. They now moved to 8-12 overall on the season. As far as injuries, the Pistons were without Tobias Harris and Cade Cunningham with hip injuries, and Malik Beasley and Asar Thompson started in their places. And for the Grizzlies, Ja Morant was out. So initial thoughts, right? The Pistons actually started this game off well. They started off as the aggressor. For those who have watched any of my videos, you know that I'm always talking about the importance of the Pistons getting off to good starts. Many games this season, they have not done that, but tonight they did. They got up to a good start. They hit first. They were the aggressor. The ball was moving. They had great ball movement. They had great player movement, and the offense looked good early. One positive from this game is that the Pistons were looking to force the issue early and often as far as getting the ball to the rim, getting downhill and just forcing the issue. You saw that a lot with Jalen Duren tonight. He was able to, from the top of the key again, to really just drive to the hoop and either get fouled or get a bucket. JD has been aggressive offensively early in games, the last few games, just looking to get his offense going early, just to get into a little rhythm, and he did a good job of that tonight. We also saw a little bit of JD and Isaiah Stewart playing together on the court. I actually called for this after last game's lopsided rebounding effort against the Raptors, and it paid dividends early. You saw the Pistons really rebounding the ball really well, holding the Grizzlies to one possession, finishing defensive possession. So that was good to see early. And then the second quarter happened. Everything changed once Marcus Smart came into the game, man. He was the difference maker tonight. The Pistons were really loose with the ball, man. They kept turning the ball over. After being up early 11 in the first quarter, the Grizzlies went on a 17-1 second quarter run. And by the time we got to halftime, the Pistons were down by 18. They were outscored 37-18 in that second quarter. And that was basically the game. The Pistons, they just couldn't get back into it. They tried to get back into it, but it was just too big of a mountain to try to climb, too big of a deficit to try to overcome. But like I mentioned, man, Marcus Smart and Scottie Pippen Jr., man, they were the difference tonight for the Memphis Grizzlies. Marcus Smart was the culprit early, man. He came into the game and was getting all the loose balls. He was turning the Pistons over. He was knocking down every shot. He couldn't miss. He and Scottie Pippen Jr. were just hot all night long, man. Speaking of Scottie Pippen Jr., man, he's a really good player. He's undersized at 6'1", but he plays smart ball, man. He plays under control. He's very skilled offensively, and he's a really good finisher around the rim, especially for his size. And to be honest, he's kind of what I hope Marcus Sasser can eventually grow into. Just being able to give the Pistons scoring, but also being able to facilitate and run the offense as well. Let's get to the box. Let's start with Jaden. So Jaden finished with 17 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 7 turnovers. On 6 for 10 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So he didn't have a good game tonight. He really struggled. It seemed like he was really bothered by the Grizzlies guards. Marcus Smart was hounding him all night and really made it tough on him. And you can see Jaden, even though he had a great game last game, he's still adjusting to playing without Cade, right? He's still getting used to playing and being the lead guard for this team. And it really showed tonight. He was trying to make things happen, but it was just too many times he got caught in the air when the defense would collapse and the pass just wasn't there and he turned it over. He was trying, it just wasn't his night tonight. Malik Beasley finished with 10 points, 3 assists, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal on 4 of 6 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3. So not a great night from him as well. The Pistons overall as a team really struggled tonight. They got off to a great start, but once the second quarter hit, they just kept turning the ball over. They got into a funk offensively and they just couldn't catch a rhythm. Tim Hardaway Jr. also had 10 points, 4 boards, 3 assists, 4 of 10 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3. 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So once again, not a terrible night from Tim, but once again, I hate to keep saying it, but after that second quarter, the Pistons really just kind of let go of the rope and weren't really able to get back into the game. And the Grizzlies, once they started getting easy buckets, then everything started falling from outside for them, right? We know basketball is a game of momentum and rhythm. And if you give teams easy buckets like the Pistons did tonight, once you see a layup go in, it just boosts your confidence and it makes it so much easier for you to get into a rhythm offensively, especially from 3-point. Asar Thompson got his first start of the season and you can still see that he's just adjusting to being back on the basketball court after being out for 8+ months, right? He had 3 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, a turnover, 1 of 5 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3, 1 for 4 from the free throw line. So he didn't shoot it well. But I do think that he needs to continue to shoot the basketball. We all know he's put in a lot of work with shooting coach Fred Vinson on that jumper. His jumper looks much improved. His form, his balance, his timing, everything looks much more improved. So I want to see him continue to shoot the ball because the Grizzlies are giving him the 3-point shot. So he needs to at least be a threat on the floor from 3 and just continue to get those shots up. A few of those shots he just kind of passed up and tried to bully his way to the rim. And even though he struggled offensively tonight, there were still some positives from this game on both sides of the ball that I want to highlight. His defensive versatility and his playmaking is really, really valuable to this team. There are a few plays where he played great help side defense, was able to get a steal and push the ball down the court for an easy bucket. And that's what I like to see from him. His two-way ability is something that the Pistons don't really have yet. And that's something that's going to be very, very important for this team. Even though he didn't play great tonight, I don't think it's going to be long before he's starting in place of Tim Hardaway Jr. at the 3. And I think eventually Tim Hardaway Jr. and Beasley are going to be instant offense off the bench. And even if Asar doesn't play heavy minutes early as he gets his legs under him and he gets his conditioning and his win back, because he did look tired, he looked gassed after a few minutes each time he came into the game. But despite that, he still does set the tone defensively, and he can help set the table offensively. So I'm looking for him over the next few games to eventually get into that starting role. Jalen Duren has 6 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 1 block, 2 turnovers, on 2 of 5 shooting, 2 of 2 from the free throw line in 21 minutes. So there wasn't a high scoring output for most of these guys just because the game was over so early. I really didn't have any issues with JD tonight though. I think JD's energy was there, his defensive intensity was there, and he was aggressive offensively. And like I mentioned, he was really able to use his ball handling ability along with his agility and quickness to be able to get to the rim off his first step and be able to get fouled or get a hoop. He even took a rebound off the glass and went coast to coast for a dunk. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from JD on both sides of the ball. We know he struggled early in the season, but if he keeps the energy and the defensive intensity up, I'm good with that. I gotta say though, man, he continues to get no respect from the officials, man. He was being held and grabbed all night long. They were tugging at his jersey, they were grabbing his arm, and the ref was standing right there many times, and they just would not call it. So I think as the Pistons continue to grow as a team and they continue to earn respect around the league by getting wins, hopefully at some point the officiating will improve. Marcus Sasser played well. One thing that my guy King always talks about when we do our live streams is the importance of Marcus Sasser looking to shoot the ball when he comes into the game. We know he's not a natural point guard, right? So he needs to be looking for his offense. And tonight he did, and he was very efficient. So good to see that from Sasser. Hopefully he can keep that up. Ron Highland had 14 points, 3 rebounds, and a block. 5 of 7 shooting, 2 of 2 from 3, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. So even though this game was over by the third quarter, it was good to see some of these guys just getting some reps, hopefully building a little confidence. I like that he shot 2 for 2 from 3. Right, we know he has not shot the ball well to start his rookie campaign, but hopefully this can help get him into a rhythm. Fontecchio finished with 18 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, a block, 2 turnovers, on 7 of 9 shooting, 3 of 5 from 3. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. So I always say this about Fontecchio. When he is just catching and shooting, he is a weapon for this team, right? He's a great floor spacer when he's catching the ball in rhythm and going straight up. And it seemed like every time, except for one time when his shot got blocked, aside from that, every time he did that, it was buckets. And every time he would put the ball on the floor, it would be a turnover or a bad possession. So hopefully he keeps that up, just continues to catch and shoot. And if the shot's not there, just move the ball. It'll come back to you if it's supposed to. So overall, man, this was a tough game for the Pistons. They have to continue to work on taking care of the basketball. You can really see how quickly games can change when you don't take care of the basketball, right? Possessions are important. And when you don't take care of the ball, it allows the other team to really get into a rhythm, especially when they're playing at home, because it allows the crowd to get into the game. And that's not what you want. So hopefully the Pistons can continue to work on that. It's going to be very important for them to do that if they really want to make a run for a play-in or playoff spot. But what did you guys see in tonight's game that I missed? Let me know down below in the comments, and let's get that vent session going. Next up for the Pistons are the Indiana Pacers on Friday, and that is an NBA Cup matchup. The Pistons right now are 2-0 in group play, and they've got a real chance to represent their group, Group B, in the knockout round if they can win that game. But they'll have to also beat the Milwaukee Bucks in their final game of group play on December 3rd. And that's going to be tough because as of late, the Bucks seem to have figured some things out, and Damian Lillard and Giannis are really starting to catch a groove. So hopefully the Pistons can gut out a win. I really want to say I appreciate all the support that I've gotten from all of you guys. It means a lot to me to know that you guys are rocking with the content, so I thank you for that. I hope everybody has a safe and happy holiday, whether you celebrate or not. And I'll meet you guys right back here post-game on Friday. And of course, I can't forget, go Lions, baby. Appreciate you hanging with your boy. And as always, Detroit versus everybody. Peace and love.
Let's go! Dress up, bless up, step up and get it. Lace up, face up, I'm here to win it. It's for my city, and the team coming with me. Headed for the championship, even if the road is long. Legends pave the way for us. Nothing in this world can take it from us. Don't underestimate our generation when you see us coming.